Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. My name is AJ Castro, and alongside here is Michael Tomasetti. How you doing today, Michael?
I'm doing well, AJ. Happy to be here with you.
Thank you. Yep, and we're here to be with you guys for a short time today, about 30 minutes in all, to talk about nurturing leads. How to nurture leads as the fall comes up, as the winter comes up, so that we can really spike in that spring market of 2026. When when I think about lead generation, when I think about real estate, Michael, I often talk to people who want that lead generation to come now because I need that closing to come in now, right? And sure, listen, we all want that commission check to come in now, but the reality of the situation is, particularly with internet leads, most are click to close or click to decision in about 6 to 8 months. So we have to really understand what that time period becomes in terms of nurturing. So from the time you get that lead, how do we stay active, relevant, and top of mind, using the tools that are available to us to then convert 6 to 8 months from now? I think that's the question at hand here, Michael.
That's a great point. Yeah, it's a long tail. It's not a one call close or a one click close, right? We know that. So I think we've got some great strategies to make sure that you guys understand how to nurture, how to keep that momentum going, right? We're halfway through the week. We want to make sure that, knowing that, right, like expand that out and be like, how do you keep the momentum going to finish strong? Before we continue on here, I know you guys have been on webinars before, but just a bit of housekeeping. There is a chat on your left-hand side. If you have questions throughout, don't be shy about chiming in. We'd love to hear from you, and we will be answering any Q&As throughout the webinar and then at the end.
So Michael's going to be manning the webinar chat. As chats come in, Michael will be able to respond in real time. But Michael, if you see a question come in a private chat or something that I can't access easily, please just chime in and tell me, who said it, so we can acknowledge them and what that question is, and I'll try to address that kind of in real time. Is that fair?
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. So listen, the way this is going to go is we're going to preach a little bit. We're going to show you some stuff. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to have a conversation for about 20 minutes or so on lead generation, more importantly, lead nurturing as they come in. And then we'll reserve the last, call it 5-10 minutes for any Q&A that you guys may have. But again, if you have questions throughout, do not hesitate to ask them. I'm AJ. I've been here at Back at You for about going on 14 years, Michael. And I know you're right behind me. How long have you been here with us?
I'm also a teenager at Back at You. I think I've been here for maybe 13. Yeah. So, one of the OGs, one of the OGs.
Yeah. And we've seen the gamut. I think I take pride in that, Michael, and I know you do as well, that we've seen kind of the spectrum of when social media was first popping off for real estate, and nobody even thought that they needed to be on Facebook at the time, right? I don't need to do that. I'm a real estate agent, right? To now, all real estate agents, teams, brokerages have an active social media presence, and it's more about how to facilitate it, how to make it easier, how to automate the process, but still be effective. So we've seen kind of the whole transition. So we're going to speak to kind of the past, the present, and the future in this webinar. Yeah. Awesome.
Got it.
So we've talked about this already, but here's the problem, right? Here's the problem that I talk to a lot of agents every single day, a lot of teams every single day, a lot of brokerages, broker owners every single day. And the problem that I hear consistently, and I'm going to put it in my own words, is generating leads is only half the battle, right? And we know, especially in this economy, in these interest rates, it's harder today to generate that lead than it was 2 years ago, 4 years ago, right? So that's only half the battle. We got to find a way to generate leads. And that's not what this webinar is about. The webinar is about the second half of it. the struggle to consistently follow up and maintain and meet that potential buyer and seller in a place that you're going to establish a relationship for continuous growth and that possibility of gaining a client. So that's kind of the second half that we are going to focus on today. In this webinar, you're going to learn, and maybe not even learn, you probably already know this, but we're going to emphasize the proven strategies and the framework to stay active, relevant, and top of mind with your potential clients, particularly on social media. Why social media? Well, Michael, you have one of
why social media, AJ?
Little things I think everybody does at some point. There's a picture of my daughter. We all have our thing on there, right? Everybody is on this little device all the time. I challenge you, if you want kind of a fun little experiment, go on your Android or iPhone and see how much time you spend here, how much active screen time you have every single day. It's kind of scary.
The answer may surprise you. Yeah,
the answer may surprise you. Tune in after the break to find out.
Right.
But we're all here, right? We're all here all day, every day. Maybe too much information here, but no matter what we're doing throughout the day, morning, evening, or night, we have our phone in hand or in our pocket, right? So the goal here is going to be, how do we stay active with our leads on the platforms that they're spending the bulk of their time? In this case, for real estate, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, X. Did I miss any, Michael, any that you feel are important there?
Did you say LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, yep. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, X. We want to make sure that, because those are the most powerful and active platforms, that you have a system in place to make sure that your leads are being nurtured on those platforms. Okay, so that's kind of the promise of what you'll learn here today, how to make your life easier on that front. We're going to talk about content on social media. Why is it important? What kind of content appeals to potential buyers and sellers? We're going to talk about lead capture in terms of not only that initial burst of raising their hand and saying, hey, I'm thinking about buying or selling, but how do you continue that momentum and make sure that you're continuously capturing that lead over and over again until the point where they're ready to make a move? We're going to talk about automation, so how to simplify your life and not make you an influencer overnight. We're going to talk about ads on social media, the power of social media ads. And finally, we'll sprinkle in some print marketing so that all your forms of marketing start being kind of tied together, if that makes sense. Michael, anything you want to add to that?
No, I think that's great. I know you mentioned video too, right? With the
content.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's focus on that video aspect of it, or just content in general. Yeah. Listen, the most powerful thing that you can do is have a voice on social media. That's how your potential buyers and sellers are going to interact with you. That's how they're going to learn about you. That's how they're going to make the decision of who to give their biggest asset to sell and who to trust in that process. So content becomes your voice on social media. And I want you to kind of have a shift in mindset that we've adopted here at Back at You and have proven results over and over again, year in and year out, because of this shift. When it comes to content, and write this down, this is one of the things that I think will elevate your game moving forward. I want you to shift your mindset from selling to serving. Selling to serving. What does that mean? The goal of social media content is going to be to nurture your contacts in an effort to build relationships so that you can establish that relationship, nurture that relationship, and come out the other end with a client. Nurture, establish, nurture again, not lead comes in, client happens. That middle part is the nurture, establish, nurture again. Okay, so shift your mindset from selling to serving. What does that mean? We don't want to just post listings on there. This is not Zillow, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, not Zillow, right? We're not there just to throw leads on there. Buy from me, sell from me. Look what I bought. Look what I sold. Buy from me, sell from me. It's not that. That's selling. Shift it to serving. Become that digital mayor, so to speak of, the digital mayor of your community. How can you serve and be that community expert through social media in your community that people trust on social media and that people go to for quality content? And you don't have to be an influencer. I'm going to give you some ideas of how to do that. 4 major things that I want you to focus on, that we focus on here back at You when we work with our clients and do this for them. Number 1, write this down, educate. Content should educate. What does that mean? Market updates, right? Hey, the feds are meeting tomorrow. They're talking about lowering rates. Stay tuned, right? Or, hey, they met yesterday. Rates dropped 0.25%, and then post a nice little picture alongside of percentage.
Put that into context, what it means, and then how that helps the industry, right? Yeah,
exactly. Hey, inventory's up for the first time all year. We're up 5% in this neighborhood. Whatever it is, inventory's down. Hey, it's becoming a little bit of a buyer's market. So stay tuned. If you're looking to buy a home, hit me up. I'm a buyer specialist on this team, right? Whatever it is, right? Educate, market updates, buyer and seller tips, buyer and seller guides, right? Is this your first time buying? Is this your first time selling? Let me help you. Of my 10 years of experience, here's the top 3 things you need to know when buying. Here's the top 3 things you need to know when selling, right? And it could be something very elementary. Are you pre-qualified, right? Don't make any major purchases before you go into escrow, right? Things like that may be elementary to you and I who've been in this industry for a long time, but first-time buyer, I don't know that. I'll tell you a story. When I bought my first house, we were going through the process. Everything was smooth. And then right before we closed, we were in escrow, and my wife, we had just gotten married. My wife wanted to buy a pots and pan set. And it was like a really nice, really expensive pots and pan set. And it was like, I don't know, a couple of $1,500 or something, right? So we made that purchase, but we were so tight on our margins, first-time home buyers, that our mortgage officer called us and was like, what did you do? Why did you, now you have an extra $2,000 in debt, whatever it is, right? That threw off our ratios. Mm-hmm. And so we had to make adjustments on the fly in order to make that happen. We didn't know. We just thought, hey, we're buying some pots and pans. That was going to affect the purchase of the home. It didn't. Everything turned out fine. But things like that are what first-time buyers, first-time sellers, we don't know. And so we want to know your expertise. So educate, buyer seller tips, and guides, same sort of thing, step-by-step process of what to expect during the selling process or the buying process. Those things are very valuable, and people will keep coming back to you and refer to their friends to you because of those things. Michael, anything you want to add to the education portion?
No, I mean, I think that's a great point. I mean, I would take it a step further, not to say you have to become an influencer, but I've been in the social media space for a while, and I have noticed as the networks have changed, what's giving more preference now is video. So I would take it even a step further there, where if you're not shy about putting yourself on camera, filming, we all have, well, I'll do this is the TikTok thing, right? You put your phone behind it, right? So or your hand behind the phone so you can see it. But if you want to even jump on camera, let's say, give it a 20, 30 second just intro to what that means and post that. I think that helps ensure trust. The face-to-face communication as well, to get a chance to see who you are, and that goes a long way. So if you aren't shy about doing that, I would recommend that you put yourself on camera as well.
That leads me to my second point here, connect, right? So first is educate. Second is connect. Share your personal interests. So if you're not educating, share yourself, who you are, the why you're in real estate, right? Hey, I got in because I wanted to help people.
Story.
I got in because the person that helped me buy my first home left me out in the dark, and I needed to learn a lot on my own, right? People want to know who they're working with. So doing that short 20, 15, 30-second video about, hey, I'm AJ, and I want to tell you the reason I got into real estate, right? That's it. Really quick video. I always say, look, video is best, video is king. But if you can't do a video, just post a picture of yourself with a written blurb about why you got into real estate, right? If you're not the person that wants to get on camera, that's okay.
I think it helps personalize it. You know, at the end of the day, it's people to people. And if you had how about this? Because I know you've talked about this before in the past, AJ. If you had a previous career prior to real estate, how does that tie into where you are now? Have you used those skills or that sort of, professionalism to then get you to where you are? And could that help connect with anything or any other type of person also?
Yeah, and again, I don't want to tell you need to be on camera. That's not what this is. Most of our clients are not on camera, but I have a client who does something really smart. She doesn't like to be on camera. So what she does is she takes her cell phone and walks around one of her best homes and does like a little virtual walkthrough of her home as her voice is talking, right? Let me tell you why I wanted to be in real estate. When I first started, blah, blah, right? And it's like the voiceover of her while showing off a home, right? So you don't always have to be the one on camera. There's, different ways that you can do it. But connect to people, educate people, connect to people. Number 3, showcase. Showcase. Not just listings. If you have listings, great, throw those on there, but also lifestyle. Why do you work in this neighborhood? It's because you just live there? Or do you love the school system in this neighborhood? Do you love that during Christmas they shut down a road and do holiday lights, right? Highlight those things and showcase the best things about the neighborhoods you want to work. So if you're trying to get into a neighborhood with a little bit higher price point, showcase that neighborhood, showcase restaurants. Hey, I'm here at Emilio Trattoria, the newest Mexican restaurant or Italian restaurant. Check out their great lasagna and take a picture of the lasagna, right? Showcase things about that neighborhood that would make that potential buyer and seller come in. Not just the listing, but the things about that neighborhood or that city that you appreciate. Again, showcase that. And finally, engage, right? So educate, connect, showcase, and engage. Ask questions. Don't make it a one-sided conversation, right? Post a picture of 2 kitchens side by side. Hey, which one do you like better? The one with the big island or the one that overlooks the patio? Post a picture of a beautiful backyard with a swing set and then another backyard with a pool. Hey, do you prefer to have a playground for your kids or a pool for your kids? Whatever, right? Ask polls. Hey, if your cat could speak, what is their favorite room in the house, right? Engage them, ask questions, make it a conversation. Those are the kind of things that we populate when we work with people on their content and that we emphasize is a must when nurturing leads that come in, because that's how they're going to want to stay connected to you. Anything you want to add there, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're kind of like talking about now sort of where Back at You comes in with this sort of content automation. But I would say too with Back at You, I mean, the goal is never to like replace what you can do, which is you being the community expert, you being the voice of your area. But I think where Back at You comes in, it's helping you complement that by making sure that you're continuing to nurture your leads that come in by staying active. Because we know you guys are busy too. You don't need to be on social media posting every single day. You can if you want, but we fill in those gaps. So we've got the consistency covered so you can come in and then make sure that you add sort of like that additional little thing on top to really make it sell.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to use this opportunity to kind of, as I pivot into showing you some of these things live on our platform and how we do them, I also want to talk about print marketing, right? And being able to take the things that you're doing on a social level, the education, the showcasing, and amplify it on a print level where you can start hitting people up on 2 fronts, right? Number 1, when they're eating their breakfast and scrolling through their phone, they're going to see Oliver Alexander on their page, on their social media. And when they get home that night, they're going to have a postcard from Oliver Alexander. So now you start seeing kind of the rotation of the sun. And the more times that your name can appear in front of them, whether they're reading what you wrote or not, the more times that your name can appear in front of them, the more you're winning.
And we can also, I'd say, tie it in a step further. We can put a QR code on that postcard so that if someone gets the postcard, there's the connection between the print and digital world as well. They can scan it and then find you online. Yeah,
absolutely. Michael, can you see my screen here?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I just want to kind of showcase here the Back at You system for a second in terms of how we bring all these things together. The goal with us is to take the chore off your hand. So everything that we've been talking about can be done for you. So this is that part of the webinar when we talk about automation, right? How do we make your life easier? Because we don't want to give you a full-time job. We don't want to make you an influencer. That's not what you're here to do. You're here to buy or sell homes. So how do we take everything we've been talking about, content, print, lead capture, lead nurturing, capture again throughout, ads, and implement it in a form that is going to take pressure off of you, not pressure on you. So in comes the Back at You system. It connects directly to Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, LinkedIn Business, YouTube, TikTok. So you connect to any or all of those platforms. Number one, content. We create the content for you. It's all branded to you. It's all personalized to you. It gives you your picture, your contact information, your colors, your branding on everything that we do. And it pushes it out for you automatically where you don't have to do a thing. You can even edit, delete, swap out content if there's something you don't like, because you can preview it 30 days in advance. So you can see what's coming up at any point in a calendar format. It includes videos, it includes links, it includes engaging questions, it includes market updates, it includes some local content, it includes some general content. It includes buyer guides, it includes seller guides. So everything that we've been talking about gets sprinkled into here, and obviously you can always add your own. But we create the content for you, we schedule it out for you on all the different platforms. Michael, anything you want to add to that?
No, I think that's great. And just as a reminder here, you will be emailed every time that we replenish the calendar here. So you can get that email, hey, new content is ready to review. So you always have the ability to review anything before it goes out on your social media accounts.
Correct. And so then how do we tie that in to the print marketing, right? Hey, I have a new listing. I want to create a postcard for it. Well, here's a bunch of different templates for you that we continuously update. You select the one you like. It's going to automatically bring it into a Canva-like platform that helps you set up a pre-made one that's ready to go, ready to print. Or
it's branded to you, by the way, pulls in all of your information, so it's already there.
Correct. Or you can customize it, edit, change anything. Maybe instead of a new listing, you want to put, new to market, whatever it is, right? And you can change the font. Obviously, you can do whatever you want to do here. Just to play around for a quick second, if you want to change the background, you can do that. Anything you want to do here, even down to like, hey, I got this postcard exactly how I want it to look. I want to change the listing, though. That's not the listing I want to do. Because we connect directly to the MLS, here's all your listings. You just select the next one, apply it, and it's automatically going to change all the assets for you. So it's a quick little way for you to manipulate assets, or heck, use the ones that are already pre-made for you, share to social, or download and send to print with a click of a button. So the idea here is start incorporating the things in your digital marketing onto your print. And like Michael talked about, you can even implement a QR code where you put in a tie to your digital marketing right into your print marketing as well. And again, building it around the sun. Anything you want to add to that, Michael?
No, I would just say if you send this postcard, I don't know, maybe don't with those colors.
Listen, it's just a quick sample that you can change it to whatever you want to change it to. But again, look, the plethora of different postcards and templates that we have, so you'll never get stale. Let's say you want to do a flyer instead of a postcard. Here's your flyer ready to go. Again, if you want to change the assets here to match a different listing, you just go down, scroll through whatever listing you want, apply it, and it'll automatically make those changes for you. And again, you can change everything about it. You know what I really like about the background? Let's say you're selling in Dallas, Texas, right? You can actually type in the city and it'll give you images for your city where you can apply your background and be more specific.
That's where this platform really stands out. I mean, I think not only does it automatically pull in with the MLS and all of your listings so that it's almost this like, we talk about it's the Canva for real estate, but really it's this design studio is what we call it. And then it's automatically populated with all of your listing information. But we go a step further by also pulling in royalty-free images that you can then integrate in with the design. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all done for you, right? You don't have to, it takes all the guesswork out. So at the end of the day, look, I know we're coming up on our time here. I just wanted to reiterate what we've talked about. We've talked about how to nurture leads consistently for 6 to 8 months from the time they click to the time they actually make a move. How do you do that? Through content on social media. The different types of content that we want you to kind of take with you would be a shift in focus from selling to serving. How do we serve? Through educating, through showcasing, through engaging, and through connecting. Those are the different pillars that you would want to use. Those are the same pillars that we use for you when you become a client with Back at You, and we automate the process for you. In order to become a client or just learn a little bit more about kind of how that serves you, we have our amazing social media specialists ready to chat with you. Just request some information by emailing us. Michael, is that the best way?
Yeah, you can email us at hey@backatyou.com. I just threw in a free handout there about why your sphere of influence is your secret weapon. Kind of ties in a little bit of what AJ's been talking about so far. That's completely free for everyone on the webinar here. And then if you have questions or want to follow up after, email us at hey@backatyou.com.
Hey being HEY at backatyou.com. And just say, hey, I want to know a little bit more. Our people are not pushy. They're not salesy. They're just going to look at your individual situation. They're going to make recommendations. And then to the extent that you want us to automate and handle this, take it off your plate, it's really easy. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg. And we're running some great promotions right now for Labor Day where you get your activation fee completely waived. And you even get $100 in ad credits for lead generation or to nurture those leads as they come in, or to reach out to new people in general on your social media and make those connections, build those relationships. So a lot of incentives right now for Labor Day that we have going on this week into next week. So write us, hey@backatyou.com. Anybody who's ready to go, I know we're at time here. I'll stick around for the next 5 minutes to answer any questions that may have come in. Michael, did anything come in on the private questions?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just seeing one about, do you offer different content categories? I know you talked about new listings, but do you offer categories as well that we can customize?
We do. And one thing to kind of expand on that, people have different content going out at different times. So if two of you want to join the system individually, you're not going to look cookie cutter. You're not going to have the same content at the same time. If a team is sitting there watching this and they're like, oh, we have 10 agents on this team, or a brokerage, I have 500 agents in this brokerage. The goal is to make everybody different under the umbrella of the team or the brokerage. So everybody has their own content. Everybody has their own branding under the branding of the brokerage or the team, the colors, the team name, the brokerage name, the logos, right? So it's unity.
Customize all of that.
Yeah. And everything we do is customizable, from the content down to the landing pages, down to, as you saw, the design studio. So full customizability, but automation is kind of the key point there.
Just one more I see is I understand about the content. Do you offer any lead generation to make sure that we continue to keep leads coming in?
Yeah. So listen, lead generation is fully determined based on your social media connections, right? It's kind of that old adage of if a tree falls in the woods but no one's there to hear it, doesn't make a noise, right? Same sort of thing with your lead generation and your social media. If you have the best social media, if you have the best lead capture tools, but no one is on your social media, does it really matter? Probably not. So the goal is going to be to build up your social media and to run ads to reach people that you're not connected to yet. So my platform can definitely help you run those ads automatically, where we would talk about your individual situation, your individual goals. Some agents can take or handle more leads than others. Some teams can handle more leads than others. So what does that look like for you? We create and suggest budgets based on your individual needs, customize that to you, and help you run it automatically so you don't have to worry about, again, how to run it, how to manage it. It's all done for you with the platform. But that would be kind of an individual question that we'll discuss when you write to hey@backatyou.com.
Okay.
Cool, Michael. I think that kind of rounds it out, or any other questions that are kind of pressing?
No, that's all I've got right now.
All right, so guys, listen, thank you so much for being here with us. This flew by for me. Was it good for you too, Michael?
It was quick, but it definitely was impactful. Yeah, you packed a lot in there. So
awesome. If you want to take us up on our offer for a personalized consultation, please do. If you don't, that's okay. I wish you all the success in the world. This is something that you can do yourself. It's not rocket science, but it's just the time and effort and making your life a little bit easier, not taking on another thing. Sometimes that's worth its weight in gold. Have a tremendous rest of your Wednesday, going into Friday Eve, and then Friday into the weekend.
And a long weekend at that. Yeah. So
yeah. For Michael Tomasetti, I'm AJ Castro. Thank you so much, and have a terrific day.
Thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.